your local carrier dealers. SVA, a professional services company.
Get up, get out of here, and way gone.
Cannon and Dunphy, Loyal Family Renovations, Lakeland University, Lynch Automotive, Z-Bart, and Network Health on the home of the Brewers. 620 WTMJ.
Start your summer off right with a $1,000 gift card on any new truck purchased from the Lynch family of dealerships. Plus, let freedom ring during Lynch's month-long Memorial Day sales event. Receive a $2,250 trade assist on top of Kelley Blue Book Fair Trade value on any in-stock vehicle. 400 Chevys, GMCs, Rams, and Ford trucks in Burlington, Kenosha, Mukwonago, and West Bend. Receive a $1,000 gift card when you purchase any new truck. Only at Lynch.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
We Energies want you to keep this important safety message in mind. Before you start digging, planting, or landscaping on your property, call 811 to have underground utilities marked. Calling 811 at least 3 business days before you plan to dig will help you know what's below and can prevent a hazardous situation. Our representatives will mark the underground utilities on your property for free. So remember, stay safe and call before you dig.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
Suit up for the $800,000 Sports Car Series at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. April through May, score free play, cash, one of 4 new Toyota GR86s, or a new Toyota Supra. Play with your club card to earn entries, 5 times the entries on drawing days, and when the Milwaukee Brewers play at home. Got what it takes? Slugger, only at Potawatomi. For more details, visit paysbig.com/sportscar. Must be 21 and a club member to play.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. So get your summer started off right with amazing Memorial Day savings throughout the store. Like $50 off a new Ninja Woodfire outdoor oven, 15% off Kidda smoke and fire detection products, a 3100 PSI Simpson pressure washer, $20 off. Select extra large pillow pet beds, just $12.99. And rewards members get free same-day local delivery on all pet supply orders of $49 or more. See farmandfleet.com for details.
Get up, get out of here, and go.
Covering the Crew all season long on WTMJ, it's Brewers Extra Innings. Now live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios in downtown Milwaukee at the Avenue. Here is your host, Dominic Cotroneo.
All right, road trip not off to a great start series-wise for the Brewers. They fall today 9-4 to the Astros. They drop the series 2-1. But hey, we said at the start of this road trip, with the Astros, the Marlins, and the Red Sox, if you can come home with a 5-4 record over these 9 games, there is no complaints at all. So now the Brewers have to win the final 2 series of this road trip in order to be 5-4, or they can sweep the Marlins and go lose a series against the Red Sox. That's still 5-4 as well, but would like to see them get back on track sooner as opposed to later. Of course, today, the Astros brought their hitting shoes. Everybody but Victor Caratini reached base today. Granted, he did reach base on a hit-by-pitch. Multiple hits also from 5 different players in the lineup. 2 apiece from Tucker, Pena, Singleton, and Loper Fido in a 3-hit day from Jake Myers. Brewers couldn't get him out. And also Tucker, aforementioned, he had a 2-homer day, his second of the season. The Brewers offense, not much to write home about today. Yes, they scored 4 runs, 3 of them in the 7th inning. Yes, they had 10 hits, but only 1 of them went for extra bases, the double by Terang to lead off the game. Really weird one for the offense. 855-616-1620, 855-616-1620. I'm flying solo again today if you want to join us here on the program. I want to talk about Colin Ray in the next segment, but let me start with a breakdown of a common misconception and something that, quite frankly, I'm sick of seeing get wrong from some fans out there. And I don't want to come off as like arrogance or anything like that, but with Thiago Vieira and Mitch White pitching in this game, to me and to most baseball people, that is a no-brainer. Because the Brewers, in the 5th inning, they were already down 5-1. The odds of you coming back from that are slim to none, as Arrighetti was pitching well. But furthermore, when you're trailing, you are likely going to face the Astros' three-headed monster of Brian Abreu, Ryan Presley, and Josh Hader today. So just like we've talked about all these years with the Brewers' great bullpen, that you're quote-unquote shortening the game, meaning you've got until the sixth inning to get all your offense in, because if things go according to plan, like I think of the great bullpen of 2021 with Brad Boxberger, Devin Williams, Josh Hader, that three-headed monster. Last year we saw it was a three-headed monster, a mix of Devin Williams in the ninth, Payamps or McGill in the eighth, or Uribe there late in the seventh, Peguero. You get what I'm saying. When you know what you're facing at the end, there's urgency in the middle of the game. And with the Brewers trailing 5-1, and then 6-1, thanks to the homer that Vieira allowed in the sixth inning to Tucker, you're thinking, okay, the odds of coming back from this are slim to none. Slim to none. And you are not going to use your best relievers when you're down by 5 runs. You're just not. Because what happens if you have to sit here and say, yeah, we used Trevor McGill and Yoel Payamps while we were down 5-0, even though they both pitched on the other day. Oh, well, we need them tomorrow. Now they got to throw back-to-back. And then, oh, wait, now we need them on Tuesday and Wednesday. And all of a sudden you're using guys that you didn't expect to use that much. You can't have it both ways where you're saying, hey, we're overusing our bullpen. Stop using the bullpen so much. And then here's the day today, like, okay, great. We won't use those leverage guys because we're trailing. And then we're like, no, we don't mean like that. No, you can't have it both ways like that. Thiago Vieira and Mitch White don't pitch with the lead. I'm sorry. That is their role on this team. Everyone's bullpen has those guys. It's not glamorous. It's mop-up duty. Be length. Give innings. And just in case your Brewers offense wakes up and gets going, they made it a 2-run game in the 7th inning. And I know it was close. And you're thinking, well, Dom, they could have brought in Payamps there. No. You're still down by 2 with Brian Abreu on the mound, Ryan Presley the follow, then Josh Hader after that. Same situation applies. I'm not burning my best relievers while I'm losing. If the Brewers had come back to tie this game, yes, let's talk about that. But that was not the situation to do it. Let's be completely honest with ourselves here. Mitch White and Thiago Vieira are the guys that have the unglamorous duty of being mop-up. Today, they didn't keep it close, but there's a reason they're in mop-up duty. And I think you can understand why. Mitch White today, 2 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs. He's on his 3rd organization in a month and a half of the season. Thiago Vieira, he is out of minor league options. And with reinforcements on the way from the injured list and from the minor leagues, you got to feel like these guys, their time is running out. So I just wanted to get that rant off the bat here at the very beginning of the program, because those guys aren't the reason the Brewers lost the game today. Colin Ray was a big reason why the Brewers lost the game today. He had a bad start. He is in a funk officially. And I stuck my anchor to him. I said, look, I believe this guy is the most important pitcher on the Brewers, not named Freddie Peralta. And I stand by that take, but we're going to break that down coming up next. 855-616-1620. 855-616-1620. You can call in. You can text in. Want to remind you that Brewers Extra Innings is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank. With a local Milwaukee team, Fifth Third Bank also knows how to hit out of the park. And they've been serving businesses in the area for nearly 15 years, offering industry-specific expertise and local decision-making capabilities, all to help your business succeed. It's commercial banking value that only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC. All right, we'll come back, break down Colin Ray's start today as the Brewers fall 9-4 to the Astros on WTMJ.
Coming up, more Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. We're all living longer. That means in all of our families, people are facing Alzheimer's, dementia, and other memory-related issues. Azura specializes in caring for those with early to late-stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms. They're Wisconsin-based, 14 in our state, 4 in our area. I've been in their buildings. They're fantastic. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living, empathy and compassion at the core. It's Azura.
There's a reason people sold to Grandview Homes instead of using a real estate agent.
Not only did we receive a fair offer, but we were able to take as much time as we needed and could leave the house a mess.
Visit GrandviewHomes.com to discover the easiest and fastest way to sell a home.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. So get your summer started off right with amazing Memorial Day savings throughout the store. Like select bags of Miracle Grow potting mix, $14.99. 40-pound bags of Estate Sun to Shade Lawn Seed, $109.99. Rewards members save an extra $10. Get a free $15 Blaine's gift card when you buy select Hills Science Diet pet food. And rewards members get free same-day local delivery on all pet supply orders of $49 or more. See farmandfleet.com for details.
Hey, it's WTMJ Steve Scafidi for the Bath Authority. If your bath or shower is old, outdated, has mold and mildew, or broken tiles, you gotta call my friends at the Bath Authority. The Bath Authority provides the highest quality bathroom remodeling products, along with a world-class, best-in-class customer experience. All Bath Authority products 100% made in the U.S. and can be installed in as little as 1 day by certified factory technicians. You're their priority at the Bath Authority, thebathauthority.com. A better bath awaits.
This is Brewers Extra Innings.
Welcome back. Brewers fall today by 9-4 final score. I'm Dominic Cotroneo. A couple of texts here. This one from Doug. At least they avoided a sweep. Now try to get 2 out of 3 from Miami. And good to see Gasser shining as the top 2 starters are sliding some. Yeah, we can talk about that with Colin Ray here in this segment. Brian from Tosa. Rough game today. Ray couldn't find the strike zone. That's ultimately what did him in. And as I just broke down, Brian, you're talking about Murphy not using his best bullpen pitchers. I just explained why they won't do that. And to answer the question, Mitch White does not have any minor league options left. Quite frankly, Mitch White and Thiago Vieira are the guys that you eye when J.B. Bukowskis is ready to return, and Jacob Junis is ready to return, and DL Hall is ready to return. So those guys are out of minor league options. They take up space on the 40-man roster, obviously. They don't pitch with the lead. That's how these decisions tend to get made. Let's talk about Colin, though, because he did not look sharp today. He is suddenly in a bit of a funk right now, giving up a ton of runs as of late. And today it was all about the contact, really, that really surprised me. A lot of ambush swings, a lot of early swings against Colin Ray. But then, furthermore, it was a mix, a lot of deep counts. He had, at one point, 4 straight counts that went at least 6 pitches and wasn't able to put guys away with 0-2 counts. It was a weird day. 15 first pitch strikes out of 24 batters faced. He also allowed a total of 8 hits today, most of them on his variety of fastballs, 1 on the 4-seamer, 2 on the sinker, 2 on the cutter. He also gave up a pair of hits on the splitter, which was certainly alarming for his eyes, given it's a pitch he rarely uses, and gave up a couple of knocks on that as well. But for me, the big problem with Ray was, again, that lack of getting the put-away pitch. And get this number. He actually threw 62% of his pitches, 60 of his total 96 pitches today, were thrown with a runner in scoring position. He was always in hot water, and he could not jump out of the pot. It was extremely difficult for him today. I see Colin Ray as a guy that is very, very important, obviously. But when we see starts like this where he can't get out of the 5th inning, it's now alternated starts going back to the KC start that he has not been able to get out the 5th inning. But you go back to April 26th against the Yankees, he's been a little bit of a funk. When you include today's start, over his last 27 innings, he's got a 5.67 ERA. He's not a guy that relies on strikeouts, but he relies on command. And he's got multiple walks in 3 of those 5 starts. That's not his MO. 11 walks in 27 innings. That's the number one thing I look at for him to shore up. Need to make sure you're attacking the strike zone with quality pitches. 4 earned runs against the Royals, 3 earned runs against the Pirates, which was technically a quality start on Monday against Pittsburgh. And then today, 5 earned runs, not getting out of the 5th inning against Houston. His next start will be against the Red Sox at Fenway Park. And a lineup that has a good mix of righties and lefties. Going to have to see him get back on track ASAP against those guys. And Ray's going to be in this rotation. He is still going to be a very important piece for the Brewers team. But today he did not have his A stuff. And also, I thought aloud that this was a tough matchup for him. The Astros are a team that do not strike out very much. Not that Ray relies on the strikeout, but they're an extremely disciplined team, meaning they don't go chasing, they don't nibble at the corners, whereas Ray kind of does. Ray relies on weak contact on pitches that look like strikes that might be balls, and balls that look like balls that are actually strikes. That's what Ray relies on, deception. And the fact that he wasn't able to get a lot of those swings, a lot of patient at-bats today, again, 4 walks, that's how it all fell apart for Colin Ray today. So that's the number one thing I look at for him, to shore up, make sure it gets back on track, because the Brewers need this guy while DL Hall returns from injury. Hall, by the way, threw 1 inning up in Appleton today with the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. He threw 1 inning, 11 pitches, no problem. Velo was at 95. He expects his next outing to be at AAA Nashville, and the Brewers have hinted the fact that they want him to build their way up and maybe build his way up in the big leagues, meaning he'll go 1 or 2 innings next time in Nashville, maybe only 1 or 2 outings in Nashville, then he'll continue to build in the big leagues and in this hybrid role where he's a starter/reliever. And there have been so many success stories for the Brewers that started their careers in the bullpen and then eventually moved into the starting rotation. I wonder if that could help DL Hall. And maybe what you do is you pair a guy like Colin Ray with DL Hall. Ray starts the game, gives you 2 times through the order. DL Hall follows, facing all these lefties in the order late in the game, or vice versa. I think I'd rather keep Colin Ray as a starter. But these are the things that you can entertain. Same with Jacob Junis when he returns. They expect both of Junis and J.B. Bukowskis to throw on a mound here, hopefully within the next week, and they can start creating a game plan for both Junis and Bukowskis to return from their injuries. So massive important to get both of those guys back into the Brewers' bullpen. Let's talk about the offense. A guy taking a quantum leap, Bryce Terang. How great has he been? 855-616-1620, 855-616-1620. This one from Tom in South Dakota. No shame in losing 2 of 3 to the red-hot Astros. I agree. The A's woke them up. Now they have won 6 of their last 7 games. Brewers fall today by a final of 9-4. Take a breather, come back with more talking about the offense next on 620 WTMJ.
On deck, more Brewers Extra Innings.
The historic Fox and Hound Supper Club is hiring expo and food runners. It's a perfect job for high school and college students. You'll make great cash. Parents and grandparents, tell your kids. Inquire today. Start next week. Visit foxandhoundsrestaurant.com. It's the Fox and Hounds.
It's a competitive real estate market. And with that, you need an expert to market your home so that it sells fast. And most importantly, at a great price. Here's the deal. At Benefit Realty, you get all of the expertise you'll find with a 6% broker, and many times even more. But you get it for less. 3.5 to 3.9% real estate commission. At the end of the day, that saves you a bundle. So why pay more? This is Angela Calais with Benefit Realty, where we'll make your move simple and affordable. Benefit-realty.com. Here's the truth about marketing your home online. If your home is on the MLS website, it's going to be listed on every online home marketing website out there. And when you agree to a full-service listing with Benefit Realty, your home will be there too, to make sure every online shopper gets a chance to see it. Get full-service, expert real estate services and marketing, all at only 3.5 to 3.9% commission. This is Angela Calais with Benefit Realty, where we'll make your move simple and affordable. Benefit-realty.com.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's WTMJ Steve Scafidi. Right now, schedule your free in-home estimate, and for every 2 windows you buy, get the next 2 free. Plus a free upgrade to triple pane glass, and they'll double your energy tax credit. Restrictions apply. Just like me, you'll be saying,
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Welcome back to Brewers Extra Innings.
Welcome back. I'm Tom Catronio. Brewers fall 9-4. Offense today, though, there were a few bright spots, and specifically Bryce Terang, because my goodness, I know I think I've appropriately freaked out about Bryce Terang this season, but now I'm actually looking at his season numbers again, and I'm freaking out again. Bryce is hitting .314. Bryce Terang is hitting .314. If I told you that sentence last season, you would have said, what? .314. an OPS of 800 even, and he's going to be the everyday leadoff hitter if you ask me. It's going to be interesting this week, given how many lefties the Brewers are going to face from the Marlins. How many starts is he going to get? Because I'm not taking him out of the lineup. I'm sorry. I know they're about to face a ton of lefties. Ryan Weathers tomorrow, Trevor Rogers on Tuesday, and Jesus Luzardo on Wednesday. Unless you want William Contreras to lead off all those games, I am not taking Bryce Terang out of the lineup right now. Give him the opportunity, because you talk to most elite left-handed hitters at hitting left-handed pitching, they generally all say, it's because I was given the opportunity to hit lefties and I never got scared of it. This season, Bryce has only had 20 plate appearances against lefties. Granted, he has performed much better this year versus lefties as opposed to last year, and it's a very small sample size. He is 4 for 17 against left-handed pitching this season. And he's got an extra base hit off of him. That's already a win over last season. So he's 4 for 17 against lefties, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Last season, he only had 73 plate appearances all season long against left-handed pitching. He hit 188 with 0 extra base hits. I really believe this dude has taken the quantum leap. There is reason to believe it. There is reason to understand. Give him the chance against lefties. Today, getting 3 more hits, granted all against righties. A leadoff double, opposite field, opposite field, opposite field. It's just a foolproof approach. And he stole third base against it. I mean, his value in this game at the top of the order is fantastic. I'm really worried to see what's going to happen this week facing 3 consecutive lefties. I want Terang to get a shot. Give him the chance. I want to see him get the starts. He's earned it. I mean, he's flat out earned it. He is quantum leaping all over everybody right now. He had the only extra base hit of the game today for the Brewers, a double to lead off the game. He's been fantastic. No strikeouts again today. Let me just read you his numbers since he moved to the leadoff spot in the order. When he's batting first, he's now hitting .350. 14 for 40. That's a .350 batting average when he's batting first. Today was his 10th game. 6 doubles. He has struck out 6 times in 40 at-bats. I want to see him get the shot. That's it. That's my main takeaway from that. Other notes about the offense today. William Contreras came back down to earth. He was human today. 0 for 5. Snapped his on-base streak at 25 games. It was only the 4th time all season that William Contreras has failed to reach base. I mean, he can't do it every game. And I'll tell you what, they're in the 5th inning against Arrighetti. He was the tying run. It was 4-1 at the time. And man, he just missed a fastball. A little bit off the end of the bat. It sounded like a fly out to deep right at the wall. I mean, that's the game of inches, right? He flies out to right field in front of the wall. Kyle Tucker tracked it down. And Kyle Tucker, his second home run was a Crawford box special, a home run in exactly 1 ballpark out of the 30. That's baseball. The words of John Sterling. That's baseball, Susan. That was the story. If William connects, hits an opposite field home run, another epic moment against the Astros, and it's a 4-4 game, and the Astros fans are booing their home team, because they've been booing all weekend. I think that's ridiculous, by the way. They won a World Series 2 years ago and an Asterisk World Series in 2017, and you're booing? That's ridiculous. Anyway, sorry, Astros fans, you're not all bad. But a lot of you are. But the Brewers couldn't get anything going aside from that 7th inning. And it all started, ho-hum, Joey Ortiz. Joey Ortiz starting another rally, a 2-out opposite field single, a 2-strike opposite field single to lead off the inning. Frelick drew a walk. He drew 2 walks today. Trurio struck out. He had a knock today as well on an infield hit. Blake Perkins had an infield hit. He had a pair of hits today. He needed that. Terang, the 2-run single to right. And then all of a sudden you got William up again as the tying run. He ended up flying out to center on a hanging breaking ball from Brian Abreu. Yelly pulled a single through the right side. That made it tight again with the go-ahead run at the plate with Adames. And he just got a little underneath one. A deep fly to center. 105 miles an hour off the bat, but at a 35-degree launch angle, which certainly suggests he got under it. So Willie just missed that one as well. And while we're on the topic with Willie, we talked about it the other night, that the fact that it's a tale as old as time. He has April and March where he's drawing a ton of walks and he's working counts and he's doing a great job. In April and March, he drew 17 walks and only struck out 26 times. Whereas now here in May, he's only walked 3 times and he has struck out 14 times. Granted, today, Willie, he struck out once against Arrighetti. So Willie's in a little bit of a funk here in May. He's hitting only 188 for the month. See what he can do against the Marlins and against the Red Sox. Brewers offense, 10 hits, but not all hits are created equal. Brewers fall 9-4. We're going to take a look around the out-of-town scoreboard. A little bit later, we're going to hear from Pat Murphy. We'll talk about some highlights from this one as well. 9-4 loss. They lose the series to the Astros. 855-616-1620. 855-616-1620 here on 620 WTMJ.
Coming up, more Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ. Oh, how the mighty fall.
What is going wrong with the Astros?
Yeah. Grab tickets to any Brewers game now. Next up, it's a can't-miss homestand against the Cubs and the White Sox the week of May 27th through June 2nd. Open up a new chapter of the I-94 rivalry May 27th through the 30th as the Brewers take on the Cubs. Then join Happy Days theme night for a Bronze Fonz bobblehead at the game on Friday, May 31st. Get in on a big week of Brewers action now at brewers.com/tickets.
Every business faces challenges, but complicated, expensive, and uncertain shipping shouldn't be one of them.
With USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service, you can avoid all the noise.
No more unexpected surcharges, hidden fees, or complex rate structures.
It's just easy, cost-effective, and dependable shipping. Tune your business's frequency to success and turn shipping to your advantage. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
At my company, we're always looking for people who are passionate and ready to work, but it's not always easy. It's time to broaden our horizons. In Wisconsin, about 600,000 people with disabilities are ready and able to work. People that just need you to believe in them and say yes.
And once you say yes, Thinkability Wisconsin will be there, providing transition and workforce support to help shape a better future for all. It all starts when you say yes. Join the movement at thinkabilitywi.org.
This is WTMJ Steve Scafidi. Salute to Service highlights the heroic stories of first responders right here in Wisconsin. Thank you to all of those who nominated your heroes. Listen to all of the incredible stories on our Salute to Service special program Monday, May 27th from 9 to 11 a.m. And again at 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. we will air the best moments from the entire week. It's Salute to Service, only heard here on WTMJ.
It's Steve Scaffidi's Salute to Service, presented by Waterstone Bank and sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. You're listening to Brewers Extra Innings, presented by Fifth Third Bank on WTMJ.
Rolling on here on the postgame show for another half hour or so. I'm Dominic Cotroneo. So the Brewers fall, but don't worry, got some good news for you as well. Cubs also lost. Cubs lost to the Pirates. Pittsburgh won that series 3 out of 4 at Wrigley Field. A 3-2 final today for Pittsburgh as their electric factory 1-2 punch of Jared Jones and Paul Skeens got them off onto the right track, and Jameson Taillon could not get the revenge game against his former club, the Pirates, as Mitch Keller earned the victory. Quality start, 6 strong innings, 2 runs allowed, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, and the bullpen bounced back for the Pirates in that one. 3 innings, only 1 base runner. Bednar got his 10th save of the year. Even Colin Holderman struck out struck out 2 of 3. Aroldis Chapman struck out 2 out of 3. Bednar got the job done. As for the Cubs, they fall to 26-22, and quite frankly, they're healthy now. Bellinger's back, Suzuki's back, and not much to write home about from either one of those guys. And Ian Happ has been off to a slow stretch right now. He has fallen to 5th in the batting order with those guys back into the starting lineup. In May, Happ's hitting 193 with only a 281 slug. So something to monitor as they come to town a week from tomorrow for the first matchup of Craig Counsell as an opposing manager at American Family Field. Other scores from the Central, the Red Sox beat up on the Cardinals 11-3. The Cardinals' woes in series finales continues. It's sort of an oddity at this point. It's very odd to see. 11-3 Red Sox. That is also the next opponent for the Brewers after the Marlins. Marlins lost at home to the Mets 7-3 as Brendan Nimmo hit a home run in that one for New York. Sean Manaea earned the victory there. The Marlins are now 15-33. They have the worst record in the National League. They have 3 more losses than the Rockies, and the Rockies are playing right now, losing to the Giants. But as Pat Murphy said, a great quote a couple of homestands ago, it might have been the homestand against the Pirates, if I'm not mistaken. There's no such thing as a trap series. There's no such thing as an easy series. These are big league opponents, and the moment you take one for granted is the moment you're going to lose the series. I know the Marlins have not been playing great baseball, and I know they've got a lot of other stuff going on. And quite frankly, here's another thing that you're going to be facing this week. It's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. All 3 are night games. You're going to have to create your own energy in that ballpark, man. There's not going to be anybody there. And the Brewers cannot fall into the trap. It's going to feel like Pittsburgh when nobody was at Pittsburgh in that midweek series and the Brewers ended up splitting that 2-2. I'm not making excuses. I'm just telling the truth. If you go in there expecting to get the crowds like you got this past weekend in Houston, which were awesome, 30,000 plus all 3 nights, you're going to the wrong place in Miami. Okay, this is going to be a series that you have to take seriously because then you're going to get right back to that playoff atmosphere against the Red Sox at historic Fenway Park, and the ghosts, if you will be watching over you, trying to see how you're going to be doing in dealing with all the extra stuff that is the quirks of Fenway Park. Miami, again, they're throwing 3 of their better arms with the lefties going at it this week. Ryan Weathers tomorrow. Trevor Rogers, who's been weird since 2021. He was so good in 21. He has not been the same since. He's 1-6, a 5.79 ERA, and then Jesus Luzardo, who is back from injury, with a 1-3 and a 5.02 ERA. Freddie will start on Wednesday. I know we speculated about that the last couple of days. Do you give him the extra day? So he is back on normal starter rest on 4 days. That's something to monitor as well, given he has not been as good with 4 days rest as opposed to 5 days rest. I'm going ahead and pull it up right now. Freddie Peralta's splits, depending on his days of rest this season. With 4 days rest, this will be his 3rd start. He's 1-1, a 4.35 ERA. 10 in the 3rd innings, 4 hits, 5 runs, 6 walks, 12 strikeouts. When he has 5 days rest, so 1 extra day, it hasn't been great. Granted, there's a couple of outliers in there. 7 walks as well in 15 2/3 innings, 13 runs allowed. But when he has 6 or more days rest, which includes, of course, opening day when you have the entire offseason as far as days rest, but 6 or more days rest includes opening day and each of his first 4 starts. And when he was phenomenal, he had a 1.90 ERA in those first 4 starts. He has not had 6 days of rest since then. So he needs to make the adjustment on Wednesday against the Marlins, and hopefully it's not going to be a rubber match and the Brewers can kind of take care of business against Miami. The Brewers are on a tough road trip. Like I said, 5-4 is good enough for me. And get back on track tomorrow against Miami. We're going to hear from the manager, Pat Murphy. That's coming up next, 855-616-1620, 855-616-1620. Also, I remind you, Brewers Extra Innings is brought to you in part by Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Right now, spring in Wisconsin means it's time for your annual AC tune-up. I mean, you've only got a week left or so of spring with Memorial Day next week. Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical is offering $25 off AC preventative maintenance, and that goes until the end of the month, so get it done. You can schedule an appointment today at Cider, SEIDER.com. Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. AC tune-ups, $25 off. Go get it done. Cider.com. Take a breather. Come back and hear from Pat Murphy after this on WTMJ.
On deck, more Brewers Extra Innings.
Gene Miller here. Springtime. Better start thinking about those home improvement projects. Now's the time to call my friends at Hometown Windows and Doors. Update your home's curb appeal and build equity with energy-efficient replacement windows and doors from brands like Pella, Anderson, Marvin, and more. Hometown can also customize your project. They're your local source for wood, vinyl, or fiberglass windows and doors. Stop into their newly remodeled showroom in New Berlin to see the Hometown difference. That's Hometown with an E for your every window and door need. HometownWindows.com.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. We're all living longer. That means in all of our families, people are facing Alzheimer's, dementia, and other memory-related issues. Azura specializes in caring for those with early to late stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms. They're Wisconsin-based, 14 in our state, 4 in our area. I've been in their buildings. They're fantastic. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living, empathy and compassion at the core. It's Azura.
NBAstore.com, the official online store of the NBA. And the world's largest selection of officially licensed NBA fan gear. With unique designs by Fanatics, Nike, and all the latest styles for every NBA team. Plus, one-of-a-kind products and authentic collectibles. Shop now and get today's special offer. NBAstore.com, a Fanatics experience.
Welcome back to Brewers Extra Innings.
All right, it's a loss. No big deal. They're going to lose series here and there, and they lose the series to the Astros. I broke it down as best I could. Here's what manager Pat Murphy had to say after today's defeat.
Yeah, that's never good. Colin didn't have his best game, but at the same time, he battled and gave us a lot of innings. He battled, and the 5 that he gave us were crucial. We didn't do a good job after that, but 2 home runs hurt us badly after that. But Colin didn't pitch great. He'd be the first to tell you that. Walking people is not his gig. He can't do that. He can't walk people. He knows that. But he's so dependable that he went back out there and got us, kept us in the game, so we didn't have to go deep in our pen. And I'm biased because I just love the kid so much that I know he didn't pitch well. I know he didn't have command like he normally does.
A lot of deep counts too. How much? It's just constant pressure, it felt like, on him.
Yeah, he really was. He put himself behind the 8 ball. He didn't have command of his stuff, and Colin's a command pitcher. So.
You guys almost got out of here without Kyle Tucker doing a ton of damage.
That thought ran through my mind after his 3rd strikeout, and then it haunted me after that. Don't think like that.
Did you notice he changed his shoes?
I did not notice that. So.
Changed his shoes and he had 2 homers.
Yeah.
It's baseball.
Murph,
I'll look for that.
This far into the season, you've seen a lot of the games really great hitters. Where is he in that? He's up there in home runs. His on base is off the charts.
He looks great. He's confident. He's confident. I'll tell you, you want an unsung hero of the weekend. It's Caratini. Caratini did a great job understanding how to get the most out of his pitchers. He made a difference. If it wasn't noticed, Caratini made a difference this weekend.
Did you think you guys had climbed all the way back there and really gets that ball in 7?
Yeah, I didn't think it was going out, but he crushed it. He's probably crushed 5 or 6 balls that either been robbed or hit to the wrong part of the park in the last week and a half. So it can be frustrating. I think we had some good performances. Put ourselves in a position there in the middle of the game or at the end, the 7th, whatever that was. Unfortunately, couldn't hold it.
Was that a scary moment with Bryce for the helmet? He gets hit in the head, or was it?
Yeah, always when you hear, he reacted so well, but it's always, nerve-wracking when you see a guy get hit. You hear that helmet sound. He seems to be okay. Played well after that.
Yeah.
With Williams' streak coming to an end, think about a day off, or is he just going to be right back in there again?
Yeah, we'll see how he feels, going through it. I don't think you can judge if anybody looks like he's beat up, it's Durang, and he just keeps playing better. You can say William needs time, but we'll see.
We'll see. I mean, I'm not opposed to it, honestly, because you're walking a fine line with William Contreras where, look, we know he's the best catcher in baseball. We know he wants to stay in the lineup. We know he's, demanding to stay in the lineup at times. But scheduled rest isn't the worst thing in the world. It really isn't. Giving him a day, just getting ahead. If the Brewers can win these first two games against the Marlins, right? Let's say you win on Monday and you win on Tuesday. And you got the off day lurking on Thursday. This is kind of a veteran tactic where it's like, hey, I'm going to give you the double day off to get off your feet. Give you the off day Wednesday, not from the game, and then you get the team off day on Thursday. 2 days off, two for the price of one, if you will. I wonder if that's considered if the Brewers win the first two games. But then you sit here and be like, oh, wait a minute. Freddie Peralta's pitching on Wednesday. And William Contreras demands to be behind the plate for Freddie Peralta. So maybe what we see is Gary behind the plate tomorrow for Joe Ross. Then William, now that I think about that, maybe William only catches Wednesday and you give Gary a back-to-back. Or do you keep William doing 2 out of 3? Maybe William goes behind the plate tomorrow and behind the plate Wednesday, and Gary's behind the plate on Tuesday. These are all things to be considered. Robert Gasser goes on Tuesday, Joe Ross tomorrow, and Freddie Peralta on Wednesday. These are all things to be considered. People way more important than you and me make these decisions. But that was Pat Murphy in today's loss, 9-4 to the Astros. We're going to play some of the moments coming up next with some highlights here on 620 WTMJ.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
There's a reason people sold to Grandview Homes instead of using a real estate agent.
We needed to sell Mom's home quickly and with a company we could rely on.
No showings, no closing costs, no added stress.
Visit GrandviewHomes.com to discover the easiest and fastest way to sell a home.
Even when you get a great price, diamonds cost a lot of money.
But we want you to be able to buy the engagement ring you really want.
You won't have to settle for anything less than fantastic when you come to Kessler's.
We do everything in our power to make it possible for you to give her that magical engagement ring you really want her to have.
Friendly financing makes it possible.
We can give you 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit.
And with approved credit, we can give you 36 months to pay with just 9.99%.
And if getting your credit approved is a problem, we've even got second chance financing for people who deserve a second chance.
Don't settle for second best. Come to Kessler's.
Seriously, we do everything in our power to make it possible for you to give her that magical engagement ring you really want her to have.
That's the sort of thing you can expect from us when you hear us say, welcome to Kessler's.
Welcome to Kessler's.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, go to KesslersDiamonds.com. And one more thing. Welcome to Kessler's.
You've probably heard about employee stock ownership plans before, but what separates Fifth Third Bank from others when it comes to these plans? A succession plan that benefits business owners and employees. Full and partial sales, second stage transactions, repurchase obligation financing, and seller note refinancing, ESOPs can offer tax advantages, increased liquidity, employee incentives, and overall diversification of net worth to help your company plan for the future. Fifth Third Bank, National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Loziga for Comfort Awnings. You've heard me talk about the wonderful new retractable awning the team at Comfort Awnings installed at my home. Now I can have all the cookouts and get-togethers in my backyard with a little bit of extra shade and relaxation for my guests. Comfort Awnings is a local family-owned company in Burlington that provides expert installation in southeast Wisconsin and northern Illinois. They always have the best specials going, so make sure to give them a call at 414-AWNINGS or visit ComfortAwnings.com to learn more.
Trust in your family's comfort at home with Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. They're the oldest family-owned HVAC company in southeast Wisconsin. 4 generations of Ciders, and their highly trained technicians provide a one-stop shop for all home and business comfort needs, including an emergency service line that's always live and a 12-year parts and labor warranty on all Daikin products. Get peace of mind by scheduling maintenance today with Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. That's SEIDER, cider.com.
I'm WTMJ's Sandy Max. What makes senior living at Three Pillars so special? Let's hear from Three Pillars resident Lola.
When I was new, I come in and sit down, and people join me. And you get to know people, talk about feeling welcome. Art class is first early in the morning. Right now, I'm also involved in being a production assistant with a theater group. Every month, they have a supper club with a different theme. First one that I went to, they had a luau. I am so lucky to have ended up in this place, and I think it's one of the best things that ever happened to me.
Schedule a tour today at threepillars.org.
Welcome back to Brewers Extra Innings.
Not a traditional highlight segment today as the Brewers fell 9-4. They held a lead for about 15 minutes in the first inning. But they got off to a hot start. Bryce Terang led off with another 2-strike hit, a double down the left field line. He had 2 2-strike hits today, up to 24 now in the season, in the top 10 in all of baseball in 2-strike hitting. He then stole third base during Christian Yelich's at-bat, which forced the infield in for the Astros in the top of the first inning with the rookie Spencer Arrighetti on the mound. And Yelich got the job done.
2-1 pitch. Ground ball through the right side and into right field for a base hit. Terang trots home, and Yelich with an RBI single. Brewers on the board. It's 1-0 Crew here in the first.
By the way, that was the 6th steal of third for Bryce Terang this year. That is the most on the Brewers, and the second most in all of baseball, only trailing, of course, Elly De La Cruz. So the Brewers leading 1-0, but quickly in the bottom of the first, Colin Ray was not himself. The first pitch he threw was a home run to Jose Altuve, third most leadoff home runs in Astros history, only trailing George Springer and Craig Biggio. But then, with 1 out, Alvarez doubled down the right field line out in front of a splitter. Then he walked Bregman, walked Pena. Singleton grounded out with the bases loaded. It brought home a run. It was a great diving stop by Bryce Terang. It could have been 2. So now you're thinking, okay, second and third, 2 outs, 2 runs are in. It's only a 1-run game. Just keep it here. If Ray can get out of it here against Jake Myers, this is the moment. He got ahead of Myers 0-2. Got ahead of him 0-2. Then fell to 3-2, and he ultimately pushed a double down the right field line. That made it 4-1. And they would run downhill for really the rest of the game, would the Astros. The Brewers want to get back on the board until the 7th inning. At that point, it was a 6-1 ball game after a run had scored and chased Colin Ray in the 5th on a John Singleton RBI single and a solo homer from Kyle Tucker in the 6th inning. It was 6-1, and the Brewers offense finally woke up. A leadoff single from Joey Ortiz, a walk from Sal Frelick, an infield hit from Blake Perkins loaded the bases for Bryce Terang.
Infield at double play depth. The 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball grounded through the right side. Base hit. Bryce Terang. 1 run is home. And here comes Frelick. The throw comes into second. It's a 2-run single by Bryce Terang.
Josh Mauer's called. And 2 batters later, Christian Yelich has the go-ahead run at the plate. Made sure to keep the line moving.
The 2-0 pitch. Swinging a hard ground ball. That's a base hit into right field. Rounding third base comes Perkins, and he'll score. First to third goes Terang. The throw there is not nearly in time. Christian Yelich grounds his second RBI base hit of the game. The Brewers are back within 6-4 in the 7th inning.
But Willie Adames would crush a ball, but a little underneath it, flying out to center field, and that would be all she wrote for the Brewers offense today. Kyle Tucker in the bottom of the 7th would respond with a 3-run shot, a Crawford box shot. The only ballpark it would have been a home run in. 9-4, the final today as the Brewers fall to the Astros and lose the series. We'll give you the broadcast schedule for the week ahead and say goodnight after this on 620 WTMJ.
Hey, WTMJ's Sean Mercure here. It was time to paint the outside of our house, and I was overwhelmed. I really wasn't looking forward to it. Thank goodness I got in touch with CertaPro Painters, each business independently owned and operated right here in Wisconsin. They made it easy. They were quick. They were efficient. They were friendly and fun. It's CertaPro Painters. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. My home has never looked better, literally. I couldn't be happier. It's CertaPro Painters. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Steinhaffel's Memorial Day mattress sale is happening now. The new Temper Adapt is in stock and ready to get you the best night's sleep ever. Upgrade your sleep and save up to $500 on adjustable base sets. Shop in store and online at steinhaffels.com.
The freshest ideas start with a stop at Century Foods.
Now through Wednesday, save on 6-pack 0.5-liter bottle or 7-ounce can selected varieties, Coke products or mini cans, 4 for $17. 0.77 to 3.4-ounce selected varieties McCormick Grill Mate spices, 2 for $4. 5 to 8-ounce selected varieties Sargento Deli-style slices, 2 for $6. 20-ounce selected varieties Hunt's Ketchup, $1.49. 9.43 to 12-ounce selected varieties Hebrew National Beef Franks, 2 for $9.
Hey, why'd you throw my glass across the room?
I have to keep practicing.
The vase from Aunt Sophie?
I'm warming up in case I get to take them out at American Family Field. Read this.
Win the ultimate baseball fan experience at Century Foods?
You either get to throw out the first pitch, hold the finish line for the famous racing sausages, or be on the field during batting practice. My new TV!
Just doing a little batting practice of my own.
The ultimate baseball fan experience. Return the entry form found in the weekly ad to any Century by July 24th.
Jeff Levering and wife Ashley love their patio door from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It's so bright, it's so clear. I can see the kids outside playing, and it makes it comfortable for the life we live.
I love the roll screen. The fact that the screen is on the inside and no drafts, it's a game changer.
Right now, get 0% interest-free financing for up to 48 months when you order by May 31st. Set your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. That's 5/31/2024.
Welcome back. I'm Dom Cotroneo. All right, let's get ready to say goodnight here as the Brewers get ready to head to Miami to take on the Marlins and then on to Boston to take on the Red Sox. All three are night games next week. Keep that in mind. No Wednesday day game from Miami. We're on the air at 5:05 every night, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday this week, taking on the Marlins. I've got you covered with Brewers Extra Innings after each of those games as well. Off day on Thursday, we'll have Brewers Weekly recorded for you as well there. And then live from Fenway Park, it'll be yours truly for the Brewers and the Red Sox. We've got post-game shows all three of those games as well. So it's been a fun couple of days down in H-Town, and the Brewers, of course, losing without a series victory, but trying to get back on track against the Marlins. And as we mentioned a moment ago, say it again, to the pitching matchups for this series tomorrow, it'll be Joe Ross against Ryan Weathers, a lefty. Tuesday, it'll be Robert Gasser against Trevor Rogers, a southpaw party. And then finally, Wednesday, the finale, Wednesday night, Freddie Peralta against Jesus Luzardo. And I know there will be a lot of scouts in the stands watching Jesus Luzardo in that start, and I'm sure the Brewers will get a front row seat at one of the most attractive trade targets at this year's trade deadline with Luzardo. There should be others as well. We'll talk about that coming up on Thursday's Brewers Weekly. We'll also dive a little bit deeper into the bat tracking stats now that we'll have a little bit more time to digest some of that stuff. Well, that's going to do it for me here this weekend. Thank you to everybody who tuned in, called in, texted in. Really do appreciate you guys. If you listen on the podcast, drop a rating, drop a review. It adds and helps more than you realize. My thanks to our producer, Evan Witalison. I'm Dominic Cotroneo. Until next time, keep on swinging.
Grab tickets to any Brewers game now. Next up, it's a can't-miss homestand against the Cubs and the White Sox the week of May 26th.